Hello, everybody. Welcome to the Rusty and Mojo Show, episode 18. Damn, we're almost at 20. Joining me is co-host Mojo99 or Muhammad and Rudy St. Clair. What's up, guys?
What's up?
Nothing new.
Yeah. So we just, unless we have other things to talk about, I just want to dive right into this Lil Nas X shit that people have been talking about all for the past couple of days ever since he released this video and all the moral outrage that's come out because of it. So I think what would be best for people who don't know about it is for Rudy to describe it, because he's the only one who's actually watched the video here.
Yeah, surprising I didn't watch it.
Plenty of details about it at this point.
Yeah, I mean, I'm trying to pull up the accompanying tweet that went with it, because Lil Nas X posted a
message to his 14-year-old self.
Yeah, that's that, like a letter to his 14-year-old self to accompany the video. So I'm trying to pull that up because I think that provides enough context in and of itself. Letter. Pardon my Googling. Let's see. Damn, Google, just take me to the Twitter. But anyways, basically, it's a video just about his sexuality, and here is the letter. All right, so it says, "Dear 14-year-old Montero," which is Nas X's given name, not the name he gave himself. I wrote a song with our name in it. It's about a guy I met last summer. I know we promised to never come out publicly. I know we promised to never be, quote unquote, that type of gay person. I know we promised to die with the secret, but this will open doors for many other queer people to simply exist. You see, this is very scary for me. People will be angry. They will say I'm pushing an agenda, but the truth is I am. The agenda is to make people stay the fuck out of other people's lives and stop dictating who they should be. Sending you love from the future. Sign LNX. And basically the video, it uses a lot of satanic imagery. It goes from him being in this little garden setting that has like a title in front of it called, like, it's like a place called Montero. Mm-hmm. And then this like semi-demonic figure like lures him in with some semi-temptation type vibes, and then eventually it cuts to him being on trial, like in like an old school setting where it's in like a coliseum and he's getting like shit thrown at him. He's in chains and all that. And eventually he gets clocked in the dome with a butt plug. And then he starts ascending to heaven because, he died at the trial. But then a stripper pole shoots up from the ground and he grabs onto it and starts, doing stripper moves all the way down into hell. And eventually starts like erotically dancing on Satan before snapping his neck, removing the horns and putting them on himself. And it's a really beautiful music video. I think it's super cool to see like an authentically artistic music video like that, rather than something that's just sort of, corporate, a little bit artificial, just sort of meant to be watched just to be watched. Whereas this is made to be provocative. It's made to be artistic and authentic, and I appreciate it a lot. And so when I see like what 15 years ago would be referred to as like the evangelicals getting mad about it on Twitter, I just think it's funny, just because how are you going to try to scare gay people into not being gay by telling them they're going to hell for generations and generations and generations, not eventually expect them to use that against you and claim it as their own, sort of celebrating themselves using the same exact imagery that you were trying to use to put them down. Like there's a lot of beauty to that. So yeah, I like it a lot. The song's catchy as hell. The video is really well made.
I just don't like that type of music, so I didn't care about it from a music perspective. I was more interested in the fucking moral outrage that was coming from all these religious people on Twitter. That was so funny to me. We saw Candace Owens make some fucked up tweet about it. A bunch of other like pastors and shit on Twitter tweeting about it. Like I saw one that was from a governor that was like, where there's a fight for the moral soul of our country. It's like, bro, it's not that deep.
Right.
And I tweeted earlier, like the 13-year-old atheist edgelord from middle school that I was is like fighting not to say anything right now. because I used to be such that little weasel ass annoying kid that would tell you all his opinions on religion. Now I keep it to myself, and I don't really care what anyone thinks as long as they're not forcing it on other people. But all of them like freaking out about the devil coming for them and how it was going to ruin society, that we were talking about the devil. I was like, bro, is it the medieval times? Like, this is it's so fucking stupid to me. So every time I see it happen, I'm like, bro, you're talking about the devil right now. Like, the devil. For real? We're talking about the devil right now. Like,
my only thing about it was seeing people's reactions, like, about the shoes. I'm pretty sure.
We didn't even mention the shoes.
I just sent a tweet to a group chat. So I'm kind of into shoes, but at the same time, I'm kind of not. I'm a retired like sneakerhead. You know what I'm saying? I was deep in the trenches back when I was like in 8th grade, 9th grade. You know what I'm saying? But I'm a retired vet now, and also the good stuff. So I'm pretty knowledgeable when it comes to this shoe type of stuff. And once I saw those shoes, was it a part of the music video or no? No, so they just released it, or they plan to release it, or whatever. My thing was that honestly, if I see certain shoes like that that are like hella customed, Nike didn't make those. Nike just didn't do anything. They just like what happens
Nike is suing the people that did
exactly. And Fruity, you want to bring up that tweet? That's hilarious. I mean, it was just really funny to see people like go ahead and send hella backlash towards Nike about this stuff. It's just like, bro, like Nike had literally nothing to do with this.
I saw a bunch of people like opinion on the controversy aside, that's an ugly shoe. I just don't like the look of that shoe, period. So I don't really care. Like, I
mean, I wouldn't wear that. It's not an ugly shoe though to me. I like those are I forgot what the fuck they're called. That's so crazy because I was gonna buy a pair like a while ago. But that's the shoe right there. And what happened is that there's customizers, like companies who are known for customizing, and they customize shoes and they produce them.
Yeah, it's mass
by the masses. Exactly.
This time around, yeah.
Exactly. So that's not from Nike. What they do is go ahead and buy the plain black pair of those specific shoes right there, and they customize them like a motherfucker.
That seems like a fun job.
Oh yeah, high-end fashion gigs. I mean, that'd be super cool.
Yeah.
I like the shoes. I wish I could afford to just like definitely buy them and not treat it like some sort of investment risk. Man, I was trying so hard to like scrub the internet for a link, but I just could not figure out where to actually buy them.
Like literally, they went up for sale and they were gone instantly.
Bro, those are gonna sell for so much. If I was to buy shoes like that, I buy them strictly as a flip, bro.
Yeah. Do what I did with some golfing shoes I got like 2 seasons ago, where they're just like buy 2, sell 1, break even.
Satan shoes is trending. I can see that.
Oh no.
Yeah.
And then I'll bring up this thing that
he literally kills Satan. Like, that's very like
right. You would think.
You play the audio of this.
I wonder if the audio is going to come over the screen recording.
I think I heard it a little bit.
It was through Rudy's mic, but it was the audio playing from the music video, like as he's going down the stripper.
Oh, okay. Okay, I heard him towards the end of fall.
Yeah.
It's good TikTok. But yeah, it was just so funny to me, and it was like I'm almost nostalgic for this. Like, I'm almost nostalgic
brings you way back.
All this fucking religious debate, and it's like also I saw so many people that were like, people care so much, like they always argue like you're not respecting my beliefs, but then they disrespect anyone else's. Like, is Lil Nas X's belief not something that you should respect too?
Right.
Instead of flipping the fuck out. I always find it so hypocritical. And
people act like Lil Nas X is like children's entertainment and that it needs to be sanitized for fucking 7-year-olds.
That's another angle of that too. That like, how about you parent your kids instead of relying on celebrities to do it? Why the fuck do you give a shit what celebrities are doing, and how does that affect your children? Like that, it's up to you to determine what your kids' influences are and things like that. So if you don't like the way this person influences your child, then don't let them fucking see it. We're talking about little kids here. It's not that difficult.
Yeah, bro. Like, it's just so crazy. Like, I don't understand why people care so much when it's not hurting anyone and it doesn't affect your daily lifestyle. Like, bro, I'm a believer of God, okay? And I could literally give two shits. I like the music video. It looks cool as hell. You know what I'm saying? I'm probably going to watch it after this podcast. But I just don't understand why people's emotions are so heavily involved in it. Just like, why?
Just because they don't fuck with people being gay. They think
why though?
I was gonna say there was a good tweet I saw that was like, it was from Billie Eilish's video. I think that the title of the song was "Good Girls Go to Hell," and she and she has like black wings on her back, and she looks like a demon in the fucking video. And there's like, where was the moral outrage about this when this came out? And it's a fucking gay guy. Now it's not okay. And that's the whole thing. It really is. A gay black guy on top of it, you know, everyone's religious white Americans. I just find it so fucking dumb. And also back to like I've always been furious at the notion that like content and art should be censored for the sake of the children. Fuck them kids. Not every piece of art and most things are not made for children. So if you don't want them to be viewed by children, then keep it separate from them. It's not up to the artist to censor their work for your kids.
Yeah, man. I don't understand maybe it's because I don't have kids that I can't wrap my mind around it, but like I don't get the save the children attitude either. I don't
even understand like hiding your kids from the realities of the world. Like at a certain age, I get it. But after like 8 years old, I think like understanding certain fundamental things about life, like death and all that shit, it's perfectly fine for a kid to understand that. It's not like the end of the world if your 8-year-old kid hears the word fuck. It's just a fucking word. And I find it so... I said this before. People who get offended by cursing are more childish than people who curse.
You get so many, like, not so many comments, but don't you get comments? I remember you
get comments all the time. My voice just changed.
Whoa, what the fuck?
Yeah, you sound like a different person. That was
a square version of Jacob. My God. Yeah, that was like Jacob working. Oh my, that was you from another universe, dude. I had
a bubble in my throat, so it just talked through.
Someone got to replay
that. I got reverb on my voice. I got
auto-tune in real life.
Yeah, I get comments all the time that are like, I wish I could watch these videos with my kids, Rusty, but you curse too much. I'm like, don't watch the video with your kids then. I don't give a shit, man.
I mean, like, what's gonna happen? Is the kid just gonna like say fuck in school and get a detention? Like, what's the worst thing that could happen from your kid?
But even if they do that, what does that really matter?
Exactly, man.
Exactly. And little do people know that like these little kids be cursing like a motherfucker.
Oh yeah, they
I have a video on my phone of my 4-year-old brother saying, "Fuck you, bitch. I hope you died," to my other brother. Yeah. This man was 4 or 5 years old with his squeaky ass voice.
I have been swearing like a sailor since I was in 4th grade, man. Like, and I was actually a little bit late to the party. That's the thing. I was late to the party cursing wise. Like there were kids doing it in like 2nd fucking grade. Yeah. And it's like, dude, every little kid curses, like 90% of them. In fact, when I was in middle school, I was friends with the kid, it was 6th grade, who didn't curse, and people made fun of him because he did not curse.
Oh my gosh, that's so funny.
What are you in 6th grade? 12?
Oh yeah.
You're not. If anything, also like trying to protect your kids from that shit. Like you're just gonna make them more curious to look for it. So it's just it's so stupid to me. Anyways, that got into a kind of separate conversation. Yeah. But do you guys have any other takes on the situation?
I mean, I just think it's funny how like the right wing media can like all unify for this grift, you know, try to trick people into thinking that they have a valid point of view on fucking just an artist being an artist, you know, like, oh no, look at the societal decay. Cardi B's the woman of the year. Lil Nas X is dancing on Satan, and you want to blame black people for blah, blah, blah. Like, shut up. It's no white supremacy fucking exists. Don't say that it doesn't because Lil Nas X danced on the devil.
This man really just text me sup.
What, Zay?
Sup, we're recording a podcast, man.
We can get him in here late.
If you want to join the halfway through.
He just texted me, hey. Oh, also look at this video I recorded at Jacob. I'm finna post this.
What?
Oh, you can't really see it. Fuck. Bro, your gaze onto your phone was too funny to not record. I'm like, bro, this is man.
Just fucking fuck Candace Owens and all the people adjacent to that kind of person who just
and you know what?
Try to take a popular subject and turn it into something to push their awful agenda.
This take is going to basically turn this into the fucking libtard cuck podcast, but I find it so hypocritical how conservatives and basically the right in general is all about freedom and doing whatever you want and like the government not interfering with your life and all that. But then anytime something that they don't agree with and the slightest amount happens, they shit their pants about it. And it's like, do you want like art and speech to be like silenced or not? Which is it? Like, do you want people to do whatever they want with their lives or not? Which is it? Why are you the one constantly proposing laws to ban marijuana or gay marriage when your whole philosophy seems to be the government not having any influence on your life and you being able to do whatever the hell you want with your time? Freedom. Right. Yeah.
And like, even when it's
not that way,
even when it's like a private entity like Twitter or Lil Nas X making music, it's like, oh, please don't kick us off of our platform so we can have our freedom of speech back. It's like, oh, okay, that's not really how freedom of speech works, but whatever. But then Lil Nas X does something they don't like, and it's like, this should never have existed. This is demonic. It's like, nah, man, it's just, you're just completely missing the point of the art.
Zay said he's down to join.
Yeah, well, shoot him the link. He missed the fun part of the podcast.
I already sent him the link a while ago. But he has some shit that he wants to talk about, so that we can just make.
Remember, boys, I'm kind of like at a time crunch on at 9.
Word.
Can you just cut me off, babe? Bro, your wife's gonna hate you, dog.
I say, yeah. Yeah, I fucking hear you.
Luke Cornett having another good game. God damn it. You better not be.
Not Luke Cornett having a good game.
Better not
That'll make the Bulls look bad. Bro, I low-key got a little bit mad today because of how the Knicks waived Vincent Poirier or whatever his name is and Terrence Ferguson, because that affected my grade of their trade haul for the season, because I made a video talking about all the trades that happened this season and giving those a grade and all that. But that influenced my grade, so I had to go back, change the document, cut it out of a screen cap again. And now when I edit it after this, I'm going to have to make a voiceover over me talking and just be like, yeah, I was wrong here because shit changed. So just listen to me and ignore the shit on the screen. I might just talk over myself or do an Emperor New Groove.
Look at this idiot. Why does he think this is a good trade?
Exactly. I mean, they ended up just paying out of pocket, not out of their salary cap, like $700,000 for a second round pick and to get off of Austin Rivers' salary, as opposed to getting back the young prospect in Terrence Ferguson. I get is not good, but he's fucking 21 or something like that. I
think he's a bit older than that. I feel like he's been in the league for 4 years now.
Here, I keep Basketball Reference up when we do the pod for lighting. So let's see how old Terrence Ferguson is. Yeah, he is. He's 22 and 316 days. So yeah, basically 23. He'll be 23 by the time the year's over.
I honestly there's sometimes a player is just not that great, and the fact that they're young doesn't mean they're just going to automatically turn it around.
Yeah,
might be talking about one particular Bulls guard.
Tomas Satoransky?
I was about to say the same.
Yeah, your doppelganger.
28 years old, but looks 40.
Right. Got the same curse as you.
Yeah. All right. I'm waiting for Zay to join, but until then, was there something else we wanted to talk about?
Yeah, you put in the group chat, fuck a fight. Who's winning one-on-one of the pickup game between Godzilla and King Kong?
That was my first tweet of the day. I just had that thought. I gotta tweet that.
I mean, I don't. So what's Godzilla gonna do? He can't.
But
dribble.
Here's the thing. I was here. Pull up the tweet on the screen, because if you go look at the replies, apparently there is a comic book of Godzilla playing one-on-one versus Charles Barkley.
Huh.
I'm not kidding. Like that's a thing that exists.
Wow.
So if you scroll down to first fucking photo
Right.
that pops up.
Incredible.
What the fuck?
That's not what I was talking about.
I want Iguodala,
Okay.
but it's Godzilla. Let's see. Trying to find that. Oh, wow.
Also, there is here. It's right in the replies below that. There is one of Kong going for the layup.
All right, so fucking Godzilla can hoop.
Finger roll.
Wow, I had no idea. Look at his shoes, man.
Are those shoes? Or are that not just feet?
they look. I think I see laces.
Are those Jordan ones?
Zoom in to 1,000%. Oh no, it got so big that I got small again.
Yeah, that's what happened with my. Never mind.
Oh, that's good shit.
So what's our take here?
I mean, shit. Initially, I was like King Kong. Obviously, Godzilla has dinosaur arms, but now I see him hooping with NBAers, and I'm like, fuck.
Can you get rid of the
Oh yeah,
King Dong photo?
Yeah, that was great. Shout out to Lou Will to Grill for posting that in your reply.
Oh my god. But the thing is, like, normal Godzilla photos, like I'm speaking particularly from that movie though, his arms do appear short and it doesn't look like he has thumbs. That's the thing, is that Kong has thumbs. In fact, Kong has thumbs on his fucking feet. If I'm not correct, I'm not incorrect. So can he not palm the basketball with his feet?
That would be some shit. Would it be a travel if you just held the ball with your foot and started running?
Fuck if I know.
Yeah. Yeah.
I mean, not really though, because
that's kickball. What the fuck? That's not even a travel.
Oh yeah, it's a kickball.
Isn't it only a kickball? It should be only a kickball if you kick it, but I guess they just have rules against your feet touching the ball. Period.
Yeah.
But if your feet also function as hands, isn't that kind of a gray area?
Yeah, we need Kong rules basketball.
Kong can do it.
This is
Kong
a great
can dunk
conversation.
with his feet. He could do a dunk with his feet.
He
Probably.
just does a somersault.
That wins the dunk contest right there.
Yeah.
I'm not sure if it's like, I'm pretty sure it was like attempted one time at a dunk contest or whatever, but it was like that one dude who like vaulted off the ground. You know what I'm talking about? They did like a gymnast move.
An NBA dunk contest?
Something
Pull
like
it up
that.
for us, Rudy.
Yeah, I mean, the shit has been in like video games forever, and I'm pretty sure it's referencing real life. I'm gonna have to put the mic down.
People attempt it. I know I've seen people attempt it.
I
think I saw someone.
I know there's a cartwheel attempt at a dunk. That is real for sure. But I'm trying to think of like the whole gymnast vaulting thing.
I know for a fact I've seen a guy actually managed to do it with his feet. I think it was actually in a 2-height video, but the rim was lowered to like 8 feet, and like he barely got it over the rim.
Ew, so Jacob watching 2-height.
This is like 5 years ago, man. Don't judge me, motherfucker. All right, so I guess we'll just skip to when Rudy finds it because I don't feel like filling this space.
No, fill the space, please.
No.
All right.
Rudy said, fuck it, he don't fill in himself, one-man show.
Right. So I'll just carry us. Let's see. Let's skip around in this video. All right.
I'm genuinely interested to see what this looks like.
I gotta say, I can't believe it took me so long to determine that Rudy should be on this podcast. Why did it take me too long to come to that?
I don't know. I always told you that I liked it better when Rudy was here. Like, just felt more. Yeah.
Okay. All right. Let's see here. I'm trying real hard to find it, but I'm not. So I'm just going to deem it that it does not exist. Wait. Back. I'm seeing like mascots do bullshit, but like
Rudy lied to us.
What I'm looking at.
Rudy lied to us.
Do you know what I'm talking about though? Where they like do the whole ass thing that you do before you like vault yourself off of like a bar in gymnastics, and then you just do like you get a running start and then you start flipping.
I know what you're talking about.
Yeah,
I've seen it in games.
I've seen it in like 2K where that's an option in the dunk contest.
2K Dunk Contest is so ass.
I thought it was NBA Live or something like that. An old NBA Live game.
Shit, maybe.
Like that. If not NBA Live, then it's some other game. I don't remember.
Yeah.
If you're thinking of a vintage game, it's probably Live because post like 2K, I think it was like 2K10 and Oddward. It was when they had the lead.
Yeah. Ew.
What?
Yeah.
You can't handle a burp?
That was gross.
Shit, 2K10 was pretty sick. If I remember right, 2K10 was when 2K9 was when they introduced my career. Right?
I don't know.
No. It was 2K10. Yeah, because 2K10 was when you had like your agent and they would like routinely give you advice throughout the menu and like tell you stories and shit like that. And like you started off in the summer league as like a 41 overall. And you just grinded drills in order to get good instead of paying money to be okay.
Everyone has
a topic.
Everyone has nostalgia for 2K11, but my first 2K was 2K12. So I just have so much nostalgia for that game.
Lockout year.
Nobody else really has nostalgia for it. But apparently it's considered a very good 2K. Like it's
a good 2K, but compared to 11, it's just like a refined 2K11 without the Jordan moments.
I didn't play 11, so everyone has their nostalgia for that game. And I'm like, my first was 2K12.
I wonder if I have 2K11 handy. Because I would love to play that shit tonight.
I replayed 2K12 like a year ago on Xbox 360, but I was like, once I have such a feel for the modern 2Ks, you can't really go back to the old one. It's like, how the fuck do I do a crossover right now?
Yeah.
This is so weird.
Once I get stuck on an old 2K, I'll end up grinding it out for like a month or two. And then I'll go back to the new 2K and I'll be like, oh yeah, all the controls are different. Now I got to remember how to play.
What are you about to say, Mojo?
Before we get too deep into this conversation, I just wanted to make sure we hit this topic. Rudy tweeted out like 4 days ago that he's been arguing all day with his best friend whether or not his grandchildren, him and his best friend's grandchildren, will want to own a car for over a week. I am so lost by that conversation.
What?
Yes, I'm firm in the camp that we're like a generation and a half away from car ownership being an antique or bougie luxury thing, because automated vehicles are right around the corner. We're investing hundreds of billions of dollars into it, and like the technology is already there. If we wanted to, we could just implement legislation to where automated vehicles would be constantly driving themselves everywhere all the time. Mm-hmm. And once the vehicle is automatically driving itself, you really don't have a reason to personally own a car, because then you don't have to drive it anymore.
Okay, Zay's not coming.
Yeah.
RIP to two Zay podcasts now.
Yeah.
But
pain.
Like my friend's point of view is that like car culture is like so strong in America that there's no way it's going to die out in its entirety in our lifetime. But I'm firmly in the camp of, if the need is not there, then the culture around that need will die, because car culture exists out of necessity. We need to get to point A to point B.
But at the same time, I think 90% of people that own cars just own a car because they need to own a car, not because they love having a car.
Yeah, most people don't give a shit about their car.
They're like, I'm really like, does it function? Does it have air conditioning? Does it not break down? Can I drive it and it's smooth? Yes, that's my car. That's all I really fucking need out of it.
Exactly.
Now, I would like to have a very nice car one day, but like, I'm not like losing sleep over not having one. Like my dad was like, because I bought a house, I have some money in my bank. And my dad was like, if I had that money at the age of 21, I would have bought a fucking Corvette a long time ago. It's like, but my Nissan works just fine. So why do I need a Corvette? It doesn't really matter. I do find that interesting though, Rudy. I also find it funny when people say we, when we're just talking about society in general. Like I'm the one that's right. Progressing like that kind of.
Yeah, I mean, hey, we're all one being at the end of the day, or we are just one big society.
So we're all shit.
Bingo.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, it's just like, he's just so firmly
for a week. What does he mean own for a week?
No. Like we've been arguing about it for a week.
Oh, okay. I was like, they're
not own it for a week.
Want to own a car for a week? Like, what's the point of owning a car for a week?
Yeah, it's pointless.
Yeah, I mean, it's like if it's cheaper, safer, and more popular to just fucking Uber everywhere you need to go. And why would you choose to own a car?
Yeah.
And I think by the time we're like 80, that it's going to be really hard to get a driver's license. And once you do, you're going to have to take select roads that are meant for human driving to be accessible. Because if you're trying to go across intersections where it's computerized and none of the cars are stopping, they're just weaving in between each other at a safe distance, you're going to feel scared and fuck up and cause a multi-car collision.
Oh, yeah. No, I'd shit my pants in that situation.
Yeah, no. Like, imagine pulling up to a red light and it's just every which way.
And I've said this a million times over about like automated cars and shit. For me, myself, I understand that technically the chance of a crash is significantly less so with the AI than it is with other humans on the road. But I don't care, bro. My fate needs to be determined by my own hands. If I'm in a car crash, I want it to be because I fucked up, not because an AI did. So I'm kind of fucking terrified of living in that world. Also, if like I'm assuming if it's like an automated Uber type situation, there's no other people in the car. Like that's the whole reason I've never used Uber, because I don't want to be in a car with a fucking stranger.
Yeah, I mean, I've never gotten an Uber where like
and I'm
it's
a man,
just like here's a ride share,
and I'm a man, so think about not
right.
that coming from that perspective.
Yeah, no, like that's a whole thing about women not feeling safe in Ubers. But my thing is that like I would just basically trust the data. Now there is the perspective of like Tesla autopilot is actually significantly more unsafe because people get reckless with it, right? Like people fall asleep, people get on their phones when they want you to keep your hands on the wheel and be attentive, but people don't because it's called autopilot and it does everything for you.
I saw
but that is slightly different than a fully automated road car system.
Yeah, I saw a video of a guy sitting in the passenger seat of a Tesla that was just with kids in the back seat driving on a fully packed highway. And it's just he pans the camera over to just an empty seat and the wheel twisting around. And I'm like, bro, no, I can't. I would have a fucking panic attack. How are you sitting in the passenger seat right now? Your children are in the back seat, bro.
Yeah, the children part of that is not very cool. But if he was just him alone in his car.
But he has.
I would get it.
There's the potential of it fucking up, and then he hits someone else, and they might have kids. Also, your life is not valued by if you're a child or not. So there's that as well. But yeah, it scares me. Even though it's like I'm fully aware it's an irrational thing. That's the thing about it, is that I know it's like my ape brain going, no, I don't want that, even if it's technically like the smarter thing.
Yeah.
But yeah. So that's cool, I guess. I guess we can go over to questions now.
Ooh,
yeah.
Oh shit.
We still do that.
Awkward.
Have to pick the questions that are not oriented towards Zay.
Yeah, it's gonna be awkward.
Yeah. Hey, at least this time, or rather next time when we do the questions, we will have multiple tweets worth of questions for Zay because I've put that shit out twice now, tagging Zay in it and being like, ask questions for us. Let's see. There was one in here that I really liked from Rose, but I'd not seen it. I liked it there. Nope. Come on, Rudy. Find the damn tweet. I don't want to butcher it, but I'm just going to try to paraphrase it because I don't fucking see it. Yeah. He just said something along the lines of, if the NBA was like the economy, what draft class would be the equivalent to the Great Depression? Which is like a really roundabout way to ask, like, what's the worst draft class in NBA history?
1999 or 2000 draft class, whichever one had Kenyon Martin as the number one pick. Mm-hmm. That one is probably the worst draft class of all time because Mike Miller won Rookie of the Year with that draft class.
God damn. Grizzlies legend, Mike Miller.
Yeah.
God, how many teams has Mike Miller played for in his career? That's a fun trivia question.
He has played on the Grizzlies, the Heat, the Nuggets. That's three easy. He played on the Magic. That's four.
Oh, shit.
I think he was drafted by the Magic.
You're missing two.
What's the other ones? I feel like there's probably a couple of teams there that he played like 5 games with.
No, it's a total of about 106 games. with these two teams.
Damn.
He didn't
one at age 29, one at age
thinking Celtics.
20,
it wasn't the Celtics.
Or one at age 29, one at age 34.
34. Oh, fuck me.
Yeah.
2010 and 2015.
2010, was he not on the Heat in 2010? Or is it 10-11 season?
10-11 is when he went to the Heat. Oh, and I missed this. Did you say Minnesota?
No, I didn't. But
all right, so yeah, you're missing 3 teams. So the other 2 teams are Washington and Cleveland.
I
should have known Cleveland. I should have known Cleveland because he went there with LeBron.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, fuck yeah. I forget about that.
He didn't play much there, though.
Yeah, but he started his career in Orlando, played in Memphis for a really long time.
But
one season in Minnesota, which is when I became aware of Mike Miller, was when he signed a fat contract in Minnesota. And I was like, oh, this guy is just like a LeBron type, but like a C- version of him. Because he was just putting up crazy good stats.
Can you pull up his draft class, though? Because I'm pretty sure that's the worst of all time, and put it on screen.
Yes, I can. Let's see.
I think Jamal Crawford was in that draft class as well.
Yes, the 2000 NBA draft class. And God, this podcast is going to be slightly annoying to edit, but that is okay because I got to blur out my bookmarks because it has a little bit of personal info in there. But that's okay.
It's okay. We won't look at your porn. We don't judge.
Backdoor sluts 9.
Right. But apparently there was only 58 selections in this draft. I don't know how that works. Maybe was there?
Well, one of them had to be the Timberwolves because the Timberwolves don't have their first round pick because of some contract thing that happened a while ago.
That thing.
Oh, I remember that.
Yeah, that's such a cool story. You should, if you haven't already, you should make a video about that because that's a really cool story. So if you don't, I will.
The noteworthy players here: Kenyon Martin, who I think he made a few All-Star teams.
Yeah, Grizzlies legend Stromile Swift.
Yeah,
second best dunker in Grizzlies history.
Yeah, he was a crazy dunker. Mike Miller is a notable name. Jamal Crawford.
Joel Prisbilla.
He's not noteworthy for being good. Hito Turkoglu. Deshaun Stevenson was decent for a while. Like, look at
Quentin Richardson.
Go up top real quick. Look at the years played and see how few of these players who were drafted this high. There's a guy who was taken 11th who played 5 seasons. A guy who was drafted 13th who played 3 seasons.
Oh my God.
So many horrible fucking players in this draft class.
Speedy Claxton. What a name.
Great name. I think you go to the second round as well.
Yeah.
I think there's literally only 2 or 3 all-star selections out of this entire draft class.
It doesn't maybe it's on a different type of screen.
I just see a Josh Hart.
Here, go back down. Go back down. Look up or click on Kenyon Martin as well as what's the other guy's name? I think he made an all-star team once. Yeah, one-time all-star. So number 1 pick, only an all-star.
Damn.
Once. And then where's the other name that I'm trying to see? Hito Turkoglu.
Kenyon Dooling had a really long career. I remember him
making an all-star team. I don't think he did.
Nope. No. Hell no.
So
he came close in 2009, 2010, though, I think.
Yeah. So is that? I don't think there was another all-star there. So one all-star selection out of an entire draft.
That is garbage.
That's fucking nuts.
Dude's question.
Yeah.
I don't think there's any other names there that I think have been players who have been all-stars. There's a chance we're missing somebody obvious.
Jason Hart is what you saw.
Oh.
Who props to him. 49th pick in the draft, played 9 seasons in the NBA.
Yeah.
Had a positive VORP. Michael Redd, there we go. That's the diamond in the rough.
Oh, did he make an all-star team? I don't think he did.
Oh, I remember him. Fuck.
Michael Redd is one of my favorite players.
Yeah, he's
a
one-time all-star.
Super cool jump shot. Just all-star. Crazy unorthodox.
Yeah. So we have 2 all-star selections thus far from this draft class.
Yeah, he made it in 2004.
Yeah.
Putting up 20, call it 2 a game.
Wasn't there a couple of years where he was on the team with Ray Allen?
Let's see. Milwaukee. What year did Ray Allen go to Milwaukee? This is just the NBA trivia version of the Rusty and Mojo show.
I'll be honest, I got no idea. I think it went to Milwaukee, then Seattle, so it was probably earlier on he was in Milwaukee.
Yeah, was he drafted to Milwaukee?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure he was.
Yeah, let's look up Ray Allen.
Jesus Shuttlesworth.
Yeah.
Oh wait, but did they actually have overlap?
They traded him away to Seattle, and then the following season, Michael Redd made the All-Star game.
Ah, okay. Yeah.
There's your story.
I'm pretty sure they might have had like an overlapping season, but Redd was like coming off of the bench.
Yeah, multiple overlapping seasons, but Redd was he was
All-Star
just a rookie.
As soon as Ray was gone.
Just a rookie, sophomore, and
I think there's literally 2 All-Star selections out of an entire draft class. So that's the worst draft class.
Great Depression right there.
There are any that are worse than that.
Right, the Great Depression of
Imagine
NBA
being
drafts.
the team that like after years finally gets a high lottery pick, and it's the 2000 draft, and you pick a guy who plays like 6 seasons.
Yeah, imagine being the Grizzlies drafting Stromile Swift.
Bro, I didn't really know anything about him until I think you retweeted a compilation of his dunks. It's like, bro, this guy threw down some crazy.
Yeah, man, he's like a Sean Kemp level dunker, like literally one of the greatest in-game dunkers of all time. But that's all he did.
Jack shit else.
I mean, you want to talk about unitasker? That guy could only do one thing. Let's see here. We got to get in our obligatory Aki question since he's our number one fan.
Risky.
Let's see. He's just so many questions oriented towards Zay. I like this one though. Would you guys give up your careers as NBA YouTubers to be in the NBA and have NBA talent, or do you feel like you put in too much work?
I think he said all NBA talent.
No, he said being an NBA level talent as well. There's no all NBA.
So
if it was all NBA, there would be no question. This would be a horrible question.
Are we assuming we have like a 5-year career and we're like a solid rotation player?
Let's look up the average NBA player career lifespan.
Oh my gosh.
Average.
We're looking up
career
the dead average of everything.
Length. Roughly 4.8 years. So yeah, 5 years. Call it 5 years.
Close.
You get waived during your 5th year.
Makes sense.
So like if you're like an NBA player, that means you're getting at least a second contract.
Mm-hmm.
But being that you probably didn't play well enough to get a big contract, so I think you probably do that, and over 5 years you probably make like $8 million.
Bro, I would do it
in that ballpark.
And then I'll make NBA content on the side. What the fuck?
Yeah. I don't know if you could actually be like allowed to. You can't do like NBA analysis while you're an NBA player.
Okay, okay. I do things on the what's that Sixers Matisse Thybulle tip on the Matisse Thybulle
about
or Jimmy Butler style. Jimmy Butler's videos are.
I could never do vlogs in any capacity, even if I was an NBA player. So
that shit's tough. Walking around. What's up, guys?
Mm-hmm.
Like that's
even better. You have that NBA money. Have people record you while you walk
money, and then I'd be like, all right, my career is done. Back to what I was doing previous.
Yeah, and you can actually be a great NBA analyst.
And then I wouldn't have to hear shit from people saying you can't have an opinion if you
exactly
professional basketball.
Exactly.
Never hear a fucking peep of that bullshit argument.
You get the best of both worlds. You get a large kickstart to your NBA YouTuber career after your 5-year NBA career.
Yeah.
You make a bunch of money, so like I can not have to upload 4 times a week.
This is a problematic question, but I'll let it fly. What's your all-time starting 5 of white guys?
White guys.
I just said Larry Bird and 4 Scals.
Yeah.
That's the only right answer in my book. But
John Oliver has to be up there.
Oliver.
I assumed the question meant
I don't think it was basketball
player.
I think it's just
white. Just all-time white dude.
Start it. Oh, then Jacob, you're up there for me. Fuck all that. Jacob and Rudy up there for me.
Oh shit. Yeah, that's way harder.
I'm putting John Oliver. I'm putting Dave Grohl, lead singer of the Foo Fighters. Can we put dead guys?
Of course. Most of them
Cobain.
are dead.
Cobain. That's 3 right there. After that, I might just go Chris Evans just because he's really good looking. And after that, I'm not sure. The 5th white guy.
Rudy's right there. You sleeping on like those?
Yeah, you just gonna undraft
we're talking all-time white guys here. No,
yeah, I don't think I'm an all-timer yet.
I'm not an all-timer either. So.
Okay.
All-time white white guys, man.
I'm gonna Google top 5 white guys and just rip off that list.
Let's see what pops up. I'm gonna do it. I have to.
It's gonna be a BuzzFeed article too.
Yeah.
You know what's funny? Maybe it's probably just my Google. You know, not like Google.
I imagine there's gonna a bunch of people that are gonna be like, put Tony Hawk in there. I don't have any like nostalgia at all for Tony Hawk, but there's that one tweet where some guy was like, me killing Tony Hawk in the race war, and it's the crying guy with the gun, and he goes, I appreciate the hesitation though.
Right, yeah.
Some guy tweeted that same exact thing to me, and I replied with the same thing.
You know what's funny is that one of my favorite YouTubers, his name is John Hill. He's not for everybody. He's a pro skater who does vlogs a couple times a week. He's in a relationship with a tech YouTuber, Sarah Dici, and it's just sort of like a New Yorky vibe type vlog, but with a lot of skating in between. And I really enjoy his content. But one of the things I heard from him was about how when he was first, ranking up in the pro skater world, he was signed to Tony Hawk's brand. And one of the times that he was touring around with the crew, Tony was actually with them. And based on his testimony, and he's kind of talked around it to avoid getting sued by Tony Hawk. But he basically just said like he's a huge fucking asshole. And like his public persona does not match his actual persona. But like that's one anecdote, but it is from someone that I enjoy. And so I like to think of it as gospel. But anyways, the things that came up for me when I Googled top 5 white guys are all NBA related.
Yeah, same.
So I might go Eddie Burback or Gus Johnson. One of those two is in my top 5. Actually, right. I'll put both of them in and kick out Chris Evans.
There we go.
Get in for being beautiful.
So ranker.com, which is like a somewhat democratic website as far as like ranking shit. On their white NBA players list, we got Larry Bird. This is in order from 1 to 5. Larry Bird, Dirk, John Stockton, Drazen Petrovic, who I'm sorry, I don't know who that is, and then Steve Nash. Then Tony Kukoc off the bench. We got Tony Kukoc, Jerry West, Havlicek, Maravich, and Mikhail.
Steve Nash is better than Petrovic and John Stockton, so I hope that's not in order.
No, that is in order. That's in order. But I mean, it's through democracy. I mean, John Stockton has way more downvotes than Larry Bird or Petrovic or Steve Nash.
Okay, this is the right guy. Drazen Petrovic was an overseas star who came to the NBA and was a star player on the New Jersey Nets, and he died in a car crash, I think, in the offseason.
Oh, it's that guy.
Yeah.
Oh, damn.
Like this past offseason?
No. This is in 1993.
Yeah.
But he averaged 22 points the season previous, and then I think he was in a collision overseas, and that killed him. Well, I think he's 28, 29 years old, so he still had a couple of years left in the league, too.
Damn.
I will say ranker.com is very vulnerable because it's like purely democratic and there's no editorializing
like
here.
Wikipedia?
Sort of. It's just like people can upvote and downvote all the time.
Okay. Well, apparently Drazen was a legend overseas. So if they're taking this pure basketball stuff, maybe, I guess. But
yeah. But just to give you a general idea for how skewed ranker.com can be, Drazen also ranks number 1 as on their list of the best shooting guards from the 90s.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
I mean,
I see what it is.
I'm going to look up Drazen.
Michael Jordan is 6th.
Oh, what?
Oh, yeah. I see what it is.
Yeah.
Drazen Petrovic overseas stats using voice to text.
Oh, yeah. The old
I never used that feature.
He averaged 28 points for Real Madrid in 1989.
Hey, 28 points is 28 points. I wonder what Luke Herringody's up to.
Who? He averaged
exactly. That brings up a pretty a relevant question. Speaking of fucking white guys that suck, one of these guys. Let me figure out who it was on Twitter. No. that kind of suck.
White guys that suck, the new boys that cry.
How the fuck do you spell Myers Leonard's name? There we go. With the E.
That's the white guy.
Yeah, that bum. So damn,
he's a bottom 5 white. Actually, that's not true. There are so many fucking horrible white guys. Probably not a bottom 5,000 white guy, which is sad.
Yeah, but B-Ball Toast on Twitter asks, how far do you think Myers Leonard should be punished for the anti-Semitism? He's definitely out of the league now. So would you be fine with him going to some Slovenian league, or do you want to see him out of a job? Rudy is Jewish, so he might have a strong opinion on this. I would probably say he's been punished a good amount. I think that he's bound to play in an Asian basketball league where they don't really care very much about anti-Semitism relative to Europe, because like we in America are not that sensitive to anti-Semitism, but they are way more sensitive to it in Europe. So I doubt that he'll be able to get a job playing in like Real Madrid, for example.
I mean, in terms of what he should get versus what he will, it's like two different things. Yeah. Regardless, he's a multimillionaire. He's going to be fine in the financial standpoint.
He's a streamer, bro.
I don't think he's going to be streaming anymore.
That shit might have sailed.
But, there's something to be said for like just having a horrible public image for the rest of your life. Like that would definitely not feel good. So that's his punishment. You can't punish him outside of that.
Ooh, I want to go to the official press release from when the Heat traded him, because it kind of humored me.
Were they like pretending like it wasn't about that situation?
No, quite the opposite.
They were like, get this fucking bum off our team.
Yeah, more or less. I mean,
it's funny.
In polite words, they were.
You know what? I bet like Sam Presti, as soon as that happened, was like, I bet I can get a 2nd-round pick out of this.
I mean, you got a 2nd-round pick out of Trevor Ariza. So yeah, this is the Heat's statement verbatim. Myers was a key part of our team that made a run to the NBA Finals, and we will always be grateful for his contributions and leadership last season. His recent comments were very hurtful and disappointing, but we are encouraged that he has spent this last week meeting with community leaders, rabbis, and Holocaust survivors to greater understand the impact of his words, and we hope that his education will continue. We wish Myers and Ellie, or Elle, whatever his wife's name is, the best of luck in the future. So, I mean, they just outright said, like, yeah, his comments sucked. We traded him. So I think it's just funny to me that they addressed it rather than even kind of pretending that it wasn't about that, because it was entirely about that. He's out of the league.
Damn, bro.
It was not like Myers was on the verge of a payday. Like he might have got 1 or 2 more contracts left for like $5 million.
Yeah. I mean, he had a player option for next season.
Wait, what?
Yeah,
he got paid.
They gave him a player option for $10 million. What the fuck are they doing? Why didn't they give Jay Crowder that money, man? I don't understand.
Yeah, it's a mistake. Maybe Jay Crowder thought he could get more or something, but who knows?
It doesn't make any fucking sense. Like, why?
Hey, speaking of transactions, I did not know this happened, but the Spurs have picked up Gorgie Dang, or Zhang, however you want to pronounce it.
I want him to go to a team that he'd actually like be a contender.
Yeah, I mean, I get why the Grizzlies waived him, because like he's expensive and it's cheaper to waive your backup center who's barely playing. But like Gorgie Dang's pretty good. Like he's mobile. He plays good defense. He makes the occasional shot. Yeah,
I think it's a massive waste, especially on a team that's like not like you're going all in on the playoffs right now, to have a guy who is an expiring contract for a lot of money and not flip him for a guy who has a longer term contract, so you get a 1st-round pick out of it. Like,
I mean, the thing is that we're one of the only teams with cap space. Memphis is this upcoming summer. So trading for a longer term deal with like using like Gorgie Dang and attaching Grayson Allen to it, maybe like a 2nd-round pick or what the fuck ever, might not have been worth the cap flexibility that's upcoming this summer. Because I mean, once the league knows that you're going to waive a guy, it's really hard to trade him. Like case in point, LaMarcus Aldridge, Andre Drummond. I mean, like in my video that I'm editing tonight and probably posting tonight as well. And that's a criticism that I have in my team grades for ranking their moves over the course of the season, but I understand the logistics of it from like a human perspective. You know, it's not 2K. This guy doesn't have an automatic 3-star rating in the trade menu just because he has 82 overall or what the fuck ever. Yeah. You know, like everybody knew Andre was getting bought out. Everybody knew LaMarcus was getting bought out. So wanting to trade a guy like Gorgie Dang, who is probably known to be bought out pretty soon. I don't blame
more about though, like a team does it for the salary relief, so the actual player themselves does not matter. But I do think in terms of names, like not actual talent, but names, is this not the craziest buyout market like ever? Like
maybe
actually talent wise, I don't think it is, but like the name LaMarcus Aldridge, the name Blake Griffin, the name Andre Drummond.
I mean, like, those are all all-stars. Andre Drummond's not an all-star, is he? He's never made an all-star game.
Yeah, he has made one.
Well, he has been, but he's
like 2 or something like that.
Yeah, okay. So, I mean, we're talking all-stars getting bought out, and they're not like in the butt end of the career. They're at the end, but I mean, Andre Drummond might not be at the end, but they're towards the tail end of their career. But they're not just completely ass, you know.
Yeah.
If Andre Drummond just like figures out a couple things, he could be back to being an all-star. But he's got the talent, just no basketball IQ,
no all-star. No, he can be an NBA player for a few more years if he figures some things out. But all-star, no. We're well past valuing a player like Andre Drummond to the point where they can be an all-star. If you think about it, his statistical drop-off in terms of just pure box score stats really isn't there at all from when he was an all-star. Still getting like 17 points, still getting like 15 rebounds. But people realize he's not actually that valuable now. They didn't realize that in the past.
Yeah. I mean, just the word's out. People know now that fucking center like that is just not worth it.
These Lakers fans finna learn it the hard way too. Hard way.
I wonder what their starting lineups are going to look like. Like, I wonder if they're going to like rotate in different centers routinely, or if they're going to give it to one guy and kind of let him be comfortable.
Probably giving it to Drummond because Marcus Hall's been asked this year.
Yeah, he's just slow and can't fucking make a shot.
Yeah, I think I've always said before, like AD at center is the best lineup, and I think Markieff Morrison at that 4 spot is the best go of it, like for both ends of the court.
Yeah,
but they're not really going to break that out until the playoffs. So
yeah, they don't want guys getting tape on them.
Yeah,
exactly. So I was just about to say, why expose it?
Mm-hmm. All right, let's get in 1 or 2 more questions here. Let's see. I will say this: like, where do you think LaMarcus Aldridge like ranks as far as NBA player? Because going into this season, I assumed he would still be like a top 50 to 75 player, but like now it's very questionable. Just the buyout really throws off my perception.
Like 23rd, like 2 years ago. Like
that's insane.
He fell off hard. Like
fucking cliff. Yeah.
Shit, I think I had Blake Griffin like 15th 2 years ago.
Yeah, I did too. But at least with him, it was like mostly injuries. LaMarcus has had 1 injury, but other than that, he's been fine. He can't defend worth shit anymore. Have you seen all those clips of him trying to contest a 3 where he's like 10 feet out?
Poor guy.
Like multiple clips of him doing it. It's like when you don't realize you're not the primary defender and you press triangle in 2K. That in real life.
All right, let's do this one.
Feed me some questions. Good questions.
This isn't a question, but yes, Yum on Twitter said also Jacob has to twerk if the Bulls win a championship somehow. But
I agree to that.
Yeah,
he's already had some. You've already had like you promised twerks before and you folded.
No. Yeah, I promised that I would do the Bus It challenge if I hit 200K by I think it was the end of June. So I mean, there is April. April, May, June.
Dude, that's so washed.
Still 3 months. There's actually still 3 months. That's not impossible.
Yeah, that's. I feel like you're projecting to get there more or less.
I might actually have to do the Bus It challenge.
Dude, you gotta hold your word to that.
Yeah,
that might be the title of the podcast. Rusty does the Bus It challenge.
All right. All right. But that same guy, yes. Before that said, what's the next step in your guys' lives? Be it your relationships, careers, etc. So like whatever next step means for you, what do you see as the next step? For me, I'll go first. It means going super hard on fucking YouTube. Like I've been recording and like writing shit for videos for a long time now. And this past week I've uploaded a video. I've recorded another video. Like I mentioned, I'm editing it and uploading it tonight. And I'm just going all in on that because I've been trying to set myself up to where that would be a smart move for a long time. And now I feel like it's actually opportune and I have better ideas and I'm more comfortable with that sort of thing. Just kind of letting loose casual videos fly while also on a second channel having more polished, measured videos. So that's what the next step means for me.
Okay, cool. Jacob, you want to go?
Well, obviously getting into this house is the next step, but that's kind of a given. After that, I already tweeted this before. After I get this house, I'm finding love.
Like, hey, baby, I got a house.
I'll be honest. I have not tried. Like, if I pull up my Tinder right now, I have like 15 matches where I haven't said a word. Like I just get a match and then I don't. That's not a flex. This is over months of time. I'll get a match and I'm like, this girl's cute. What do I say? I'll think about it tomorrow. And I just put my phone down and I never come back. So I'm actually going to try. That's my goal is actually fucking try dating and shit. And that's the main thing.
We didn't get to hear Zay's dating advice for you in Mojo's signature segment of this podcast.
After
that's so ironic.
After that, like, or career wise, I suppose, I'm trying to figure out how to get to the point where I'm doing stuff like what Kenny is doing, where like you're breaking into markets outside of just YouTube, NBA show, things like that, trying to get management, all that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
Like the next step to get further than I am right now.
Yeah. I know you talk about like having an ego problem. So like, pardon me for stroking a little bit, but I feel like you are in maybe not like S tier of NBA YouTube, but like A tier, if not B tier for sure. Like I feel like you are very relevant in the context of NBA YouTube for sure.
Well, you have the juice.
I have way too many people contacting me on Twitter being like, oh shit, you're Rusty's editor, blah, 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 like all the time. Like it really multiple times a week.
It really feels like I went from 100K to just about to be 150 in like such a small amount of time.
Yeah.
It's technically been like 5 months, but it feels like it happened so fast. And I think the deep dives are the way to elevate it to another level, because now I'm getting to the point where it's like, not only is this guy just constantly putting out videos, but also he's putting out really good videos from pretty regularly.
Yeah.
That was the thing, like reputation wise, is just I didn't think the quality of the videos was enough for me to maintain relevance in the long term.
Yeah. And I think what I've seen is people or in the NBA community, what a lot of NBA creators, from what I've seen and taken notes of, is a lot of creators have trouble, like just creators in general, not even NBA shit, but just stepping out of their comfort zone and trying to take shit to the next level. And by doing what you're doing, and then Kenny, like with the whole Kenny Farrell thing and taking it kind of to the next level, even though like his next level is just like so simplistic, but it's actually like next level, you know what I'm saying? But that foot out the door and always starting a new series is the next way to go for an NBA content creator. And what I'm going to be doing, to answer my question again, I forgot. Basically uploading every day, or I'm trying to, starting today. I already have video lined up and record tonight. I already have next set of videos set. And once I do that, I'm preparing for my next level once I reach up there. And I'm just balls to the wall, basically.
Yeah, I watched a YouTube video from a guy I've been subscribed to for like a really long time. At one point, if I remember this correctly, he was the very first person I donated to on Patreon. But then once I got into his Discord server, it was just like a bunch of toxic pseudo-intellectuals just talking over each other, trying to posture themselves as like some fucking genius. It was just really annoying to be in there. So I didn't stay on his Patreon for too long. But his name was... It was Coffee Break was the channel, and now the thing that he posted on most is CoffeeZilla. And he actually had a pretty sour moment online like a few months ago, maybe over a year ago. My sense of time is really shitty, but he basically like called out that educational channel with the impossible to pronounce name, like Kyrgyzstan or whatever. And, they have like the super high quality educational videos. That's neither here nor there. But he posted a video today or yesterday, basically just talking about like some of the best advice he got as a creative person was that you need to be prepared to have the very normal experience of failing for a really long time. Because like what makes you creative is, maybe not everyone, but for a lot of people, a creative force inside of people is that they feel like they have really good taste. And so they aspire to make something that is up to their own standards. And yet they'll just fail at doing that time and time again because they have that sense of really good taste and they can tell that they're an amateur and that they're not putting out the best shit. And lots of people at that point just quit. But persevering through that, learning how to refine your craft, that's where the actual creativity happens. That's where like the process becomes refined and you get good at what you do. But just not quitting after failing for a while is really important. So I admire your perseverance here, like after being shadow realmed from YouTube, for the past 6-8 months or whatever. Cause like you put out good shit for sure, but it's just, a time in which you need to, like we were talking about last podcast, like just kind of hunker down and try to persevere because you deserve it.
Did y'all just hear that?
Hell yeah. That
was my chair all my life. That was my chair. I ain't just farting. I put this on my life.
That was so fucking funny because
that was my chair.
This wholesome message and finishes it. It sounds like you shitting on it. It sounds like you immediately ripped ass right after.
That was my chair. I can do it again. Oh fuck! I can't do it again. But that was my chair.
That was fucking hilarious.
I had that same excuse one time in middle school. It's okay, man. I get it.
I had a time. I guess we're just. I'm going to tell a fart story in middle school if we just want to make that transition. That segue.
Yeah, it's perfect. Yeah. It's flawless.
I had a time where I was in middle school and they had those desks that have like the flat surface, like with the arm on one side and you slide to it on the side. You know what I'm talking about? With like the blue chair. I sat on that and then a pencil fell down. It was my neighbor's pencil. And the arm thing is to the right. The pencil is to my left. And then sitting to my right is a girl I had a crush on. And I bend down to get this pencil, like down to the side, and just fully rip ass right in her direction. In a silent classroom.
Just farting in front of your crush. That's just
no, not just farting in front,
boys.
Farting on,
right?
Farting on.
I have to leave the podcast right now. Emergency just having my friend just got in an accident. Not seriously, he's fine. Yeah.
No, well, yeah, it's right around the time you said you need to end it anyway. And the only question I was going to ask beyond this was just like jalapenos on pizza, good or no? But
I don't like anything spicy, so no.
Weak.
All right, well.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
My bad. Anyways, all right, boys. I'll catch you guys.
Yeah. See you, man.
Mojo died. We have to go.
Yeah. All right. It's a good pod. I'm happy with it.
Are we still recording with him?
Yeah, we're still recording. Of course.
Right. You want to do a Rusty and Rudy show for like 5 minutes?
Sure. We'll have our own independent segment.
One more question.
All right. One more question.
This is a real podcast. We don't need that guy.
Yes, we do. Don't say that. We need him desperately, honestly. God, so we got 38 questions this week. I neglected to say that at the beginning. A lot of them are for Zay. What would you describe yourself to be like in high school, and would your high school self be proud of who you are now? That's from Aki. I'll say, yeah, I think my high school self would be proud of me now. I think I've done a little bit more than I anticipated. I had similar aspirations then, and I'm kind of trying to fulfill those now. And in high school, like I didn't really have a crowd. I was just mostly known as like my girlfriend's boyfriend, you know. Like, I moved there sophomore year and had like a life-changing revelation where like the head canon of my imaginary relationships with everyone in my school and like how I was known just went out the window. And then I was like, oh, wait a minute. Now these people I'm about to meet up with and socialize with every day are not going to fuck with me in like 3 years. So like, I don't have to put on any kind of front. I don't have to do nothing but be organically myself. And it just sort of clicked with me. And I started really kind of growing into myself then. So
see, the question is framed poorly for me because the question of what were you known for in high school implies that anyone knew me in high school.
Yeah.
I was friends with Bobby and Leo all throughout high school. That was literally just the big three, literally big three because we're all 6'3".
That's your clique's name, the big three.
Yeah. But we hung out with each other. I was not friends with anybody else. I will say my younger high school, like freshman, sophomore, me would probably not be happy with where I am right now because that idiot still had delusions of being an NBA player.
Oh,
but
that's right.
more down to earth, like understanding the reality of the situation. Junior, senior me would probably be cool with it. He'd probably be like, I had started YouTube at that point, so I imagine he'd be like, "Oh, we got to this point. That's good." He'd still be like, "Why are we still fat? Why is it not gone yet?"
Did you like that tweet I put out way earlier today?
Yeah.
I'm like, let's raise the stakes.
You should pull it up for context.
Yeah. I'll bring up my exact tweet.
Honestly, 15 days, only 4.8 pounds, I think.
I think so.
I can do better than that. I missed probably like 4 days I was supposed to work out, which is out of 10. So I only worked out 6 out of the 10 times I was supposed to. And I cheated on my diet like 3 times. So I could, as opposed to
the one time that you allow yourself.
Well, I just mean, I have a cheat meal once a week. And I've done that 2 times now. But I had another blizzard the other day because my parents were at Dairy Queen. They're like, "Do you want something?" I was like, "God damn it, yeah."
I can't believe you had the nerve to ask me this.
And then
I
had a day that I really craved grilled cheese, and grilled cheese plus the soup is like 1,200 calories. So that's 500 more than I want my meals to be.
I can't help but feel like grilled cheese ain't that high calorie, but
it's not. But I had 3 sandwiches.
Oh, okay, that's the kicker. The old triple grilled cheese. But yeah, the tweet. If you're listening into this podcast, number 1, go rate us 5 stars on iTunes and like it on Spotify and there. All that shit.
NPR.
Right. Got to do the NPR delivery like Nerd Writer. But you just said 15 days later, I'm down 4.8 pounds, 20.2 pounds left to go.
Tweet above it first because I don't think most people are going to be aware. I said if I didn't lose 25 pounds by the time I got my house, which is happening in roughly 120 days, I'm going to give a random follower $500.
Right. You should give a random follower of the Rusty Mojo Show $500. Follower asterisk.
Way to just completely inflate the numbers on that Twitter account.
Mm-hmm. Hey, man, look, I am happy with that Twitter account because its entire purpose is just to serve as a notification system. And if like around 300 people at this point in the pod are interested in being notified when the pod goes up and when we're asking questions, then that is a good sign to me. Even though compared to even my platform on Twitter, that's not very much.
My mindset was with that original tweet as well. I was like, the only way I'm going to motivate myself is through greed. I need to have a risk of big financial loss in order to motivate me. I almost made it 1,000. I was like, 500 hurts. 1,000 would really hurt.
Yeah.
But I was like, I can't. I want to push myself to that level, but I'm not sure that I could like not lose my mind.
That should be the next tier. Like if you succeed this round, then you should up the stakes for the next round.
I think once I'm down, this will get me to like just above 200. Once I get to that point, I'm not that desperate to lose much more weight than that. Yeah, I don't know that I'm to the point where I'm like, I'll give 1,000 now.
Right. At that point, you're just flexing your shmoney. But yeah, if you're listening then the tweet that I said, and to follow up his status update on the $500 sweepstakes, was that let's not forget that Jacob can just grossly dehydrate himself to make weight like a UFC fighter at weigh-ins. Yeah, I say we bully him into raising the stakes. How about this? In addition to the $500 to a random follower, he wages $500 per pound under the goal weight going to his editor, as if I'm not your editor.
Yeah.
I enjoyed my tweet very much. It was a good way to start my day.
I noticed how you didn't like the tweet that said if he makes weight, you have to give him money.
Actually, I didn't see that.
I just read it real fast. Yeah, I'm not doing that.
Dang.
I'm like, if I was like 1.5 pounds off, do I have to give you $750?
Yes. Just my ass gonna say yes.
Happening. All right. Well, that's a good ending for the pod.
I agree.
All right. Bye.